Mr. Bean was a huge part of my childhood. See, when my nan was still alive, we used to live down the road from her. So every day after school, we'd visit her and we'd watch some TV. There were 3 videos I remember her having. The Pokemon movie, a Laurel and Hardy video, and Mr. Bean. We would watch these 3 things religiously, and my nan couldn't stop herself from laughing at Mr. Bean and his antics, no matter how many times we rewatched the same old episodes. I watched the series again today when it came up on Netflix, and something stood out to me. Why did Mr. Bean seem to hate that little blue 3-wheeled car? Throughout the series, he's constantly inconveniencing the driver and knocking the car off the road. So I figured we could talk about it and hopefully figure out what it was all about. So what is the deal with the blue 3-wheeled car? And why does it seem to be his eternal nemesis? If you've ever watched the TV show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's hard to ignore the way Mr. Bean continuously causes trouble for this poor car, whether it's getting it towed, crashing into it, or just generally being a nuisance to it. But have you ever wondered why? Why does Mr. Bean have such a grudge against this little blue vehicle? Is it just for laughs, or is there something more going on? In this video, we'll explore the fascinating world of Mr. Bean and his relationship with this little blue 3-wheeled car. Subscribe if you enjoy it. You can always unsubscribe at a later date if you don't like what I'm posting. It's completely free. Right, let's crack on. To understand why the blue 3-wheeled car is such a significant part of the show, we need to take a closer look at its historical context. The car used in the show is a Reliant Regal Supervan 3. Which was a popular vehicle in the UK in the 70s and 80s. This 3-wheeled vehicle was a common sight on British roads, and was often driven by working class people who couldn't afford a conventional car. The Reliant Regal had some unique features that made it a popular choice for those who needed an affordable vehicle. For example, it was exempt from the UK road tax, and because it was classified as a motorcycle, it could be driven with a motorcycle licence. However, the car also had its limitations, such as a low top speed and a tendency to flip over if driven too aggressively, or pushed out the way by a madman. Despite its limitations, the Reliant Regal became an icon of British motoring, and is still fondly remembered to this day. Its popularity in the UK made it a natural choice for the TV show, which was focused on British culture and humour. Now let's dive into the heart of the matter. Mr. Bean's relationship with the blue 3-wheeled car. One explanation for his behaviour is that the car serves as a comedic foil for his character. Mr. Bean is a clumsy and hapless character who always seems to be causing chaos wherever he goes. The blue 3-wheeled car, on the other hand, is a symbol of stability and reliability, at least until Mr. Bean gets his hands on it. By inconveniencing the car, Mr. Bean creates a humorous contrast between his own ineptitude and the car's sturdy dependability. But there may be deeper symbolism at play as well. The blue 3-wheeled car, how many times can we say that? Drink. Please don't drink every time I say blue 3-wheeled car. Anyway, the blue 3-wheeled car is a symbol of working class life in the UK, and Mr. Bean's treatment of the car may reflect broader societal attitudes towards the working class. By repeatedly causing trouble for the car, Mr. Bean may be commenting on the marginalisation and neglect experienced by the working class people in the UK. I'm from the north, in case you couldn't tell by the accent. So yeah, screw Thatcher. Mr. Bean is Thatcher in this scenario, and the blue car is the working class. So who is the driver? While the blue 3-wheeled car is an iconic part of the Mr. Bean TV show, the identity of its owner remains a mystery. In fact, it's unclear if there is even a driver at all. The car may be autonomous. We can never see through the window, we can never see a driver. Well, in the live-action series there is. In the animated series, the driver is kind of seen a few times. In Artful Bean, a set of gloves are seen on the steering wheel, which makes the driver's nationality a mystery. but confirms that there is in fact a driver for the first time ever. The driver of the Reliant is then a primary antagonist of the 2015 animated episode, Car Wars. In this episode, the mystery driver becomes obsessed with getting revenge on Mr. Bean after being run off the road yet again. Funnily enough, when I was watching this episode on Netflix, I got a warning for violence and threat. I'm not sure if there was a deleted scene where the driver shanked Mr. Bean or something, but something must have happened to warrant this warning. Still, we don't see the driver in this episode at any point, and we don't see him at all until the episode Young Bean, where for the first time ever, we are given a glimpse at the driver. The problem is, he is only a kid, as it's a flashback. We still have no idea what the driver actually looks like.
Okay. Huh.
It's also worth noting that the blue three-wheeled car serves as an important prop in the show's physical comedy. Mr. Bean is known for his use of slapstick and visual gags, and the car often serves as a target for his antics. Mr. Bean's relationship with the car is a vital part of the show's physical comedy. Besides, the blue three-wheeled car is more than just a prop. It's a character in its own right. The car has its own unique personality, and seems to take on a life of its own as it weaves in and out of Mr. Bean's misadventures. Its distinctive appearance and sound have become synonymous with the show, and are instantly recognisable to fans worldwide. It's even become a meme. To wrap this up, we don't know why Mr. Bean hates this blue car so much. All we know is that the blue three-wheeled car is an integral part of the TV show, serving as a comedic foil, and, if we were to delve a little deeper, a symbol of working class life. The car is the perfect antagonist to Mr. Bean. Based on its name alone, the Reliant, the one thing Mr. Bean is now. Mr. Bean is selfish, he does everything for himself, and he's never helping anyone. He is the least reliable character to ever grace the TV screen. So of course, his enemy is Reliant. Why do you think Mr. Bean hates the car? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested in hearing what you think about it. If you could subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, then it'll mean a lot to me. We're trying to hit 3k, so it'll help out a lot. Right, I'll let you go. Bye. Bye.